Hi, I'm Jenny. Nice to see you here. Today I want to speak about my top 5 deep divers, which is a video reaction to Max Black, and I picked out a few decks which I hope will be an inspiration for you if you need some quick answers in the all-day life questions we all have sometimes. And for me, all these decks are very special. They have a special place in my collection and in my heart, and yeah, I really like them. Let's start with the So Below deck. It's from Lo Scarabeo. I got it in this pretty shiny version which comes in the Book of Shadows kit, which contains of the So Below and the As Above deck. And yeah, the So Below is a sharpshooter for me because the imagery is very, very contemporary. The deck is gender and age diverse. The images are sometimes a bit witchy and sometimes a little bit fairy tale, but all in all it shows everyday situations and it gives pretty clear advice what to do if you have some questions, how to decide, or in what energy you should go into to solve your problems or whatever you are asking about. And this is a deck for me personally, for some last minute advice. Oh, this card wants to come out. And yeah, I really like it. I really like the imagery and the energy. It this is one of my favorite cards in this deck. And yeah, it's nice. It gives you the answers you need. If it's comfort you need, then it will comfort you, but if you need a little kick in the ass, then this deck gives you this as well. Okay, so the second deck I picked out is the Templars Tarot, and it was one of my first decks. I really like this deck. I know there's a newer version of it, and this is one of the first editions, I think. I don't have the packaging. I really only have the cards. I don't have the guidebook or something, and this is why I picked this deck out, because I don't have the guidebook and it speaks to me so well, so clearly, that if I'm a bit in a hurry but want yeah, a straight, right in the face advice, then I reach out for this deck. And yeah, every card is made of one oil painting, and it's an artwork which is pretty special. It's a little bit abstract, but I really like to see the brush strokes, and yeah, it's in some pictures it's a bit mysterious, but I really like that because it reveals the things I need to know, and the message comes clear without a guidebook or anything. And yeah, I really like that. I really like this deck. The next deck, which is also one of my all-time favorites, is the Witches Tarot. It's so nice and fine art imagery in this deck, and it's really close to the RWS system. But if you are a beginner, then you could just dive into the world of the tarot and yeah, can learn the meaning of the cards. The imagery is very expressive. I really like that, and it's also one of the first decks I got, so yeah, I really love this deck, and I use it quite often. I show you how often because, well, I can't show you how often, but I can show you how much I like this deck, because I don't only have the big version of it, I also have the mini version. The mini version I use as a clarification deck if I'm doing a larger spread and sometimes the cards are a bit unclear, then I tend to reach out for the mini version and yeah, go just a bit deeper in the cards which are showing themselves in these situations. And this deck works so good that I can ask quick questions, but I also can do larger spreads with it. I really like it, especially because it is available in the mini version and in a big version. The mini version doesn't come with a guidebook, so if you don't know the Rider-Waite-Smith system, or if you're new to tarot, then I don't recommend only buying the mini version, but in the big version you can see the imagery more detailed, yeah, because everything is bigger, so you have a quite better view over all the little things in the pictures. And the guidebook of the Witches Tarot is pretty awesome. It's really detailed and it gives you a very deep but also quick yeah, well, let's sort my words and my thoughts. What was I about to say? The guidebook is pretty detailed, but it provides also a few keywords that you can find a quick step into tarot. You don't need to study the whole book. You just can begin drawing a daily message, or begin with little three card spreads, and yeah, then you can get your message only through the guidebooks. And if you want to dive deeper, then you read the whole description of the cards. And yeah, it's a pretty awesome deck for me. I really like it, and yeah, that's why it has to be in this listing for the sharpshooters. I know it so well. I really get quick answers from this deck, and I like it. I really like it. The next deck I want to talk about is the Secret Forest Tarot. It's pretty special because it doesn't have backs. One side of a card is a color picture and the back is the black and white version of it. So sometimes it's a pretty dark deck, but if you have a little fear, or if you are a bit anxious about something, or if you are a bit confused, sometimes things just happen like that, that you just don't know, hey, okay, what is this now? Then I reach out for this deck. And for me personally, I tend to interpret the color pictures more optimistic than the black and white ones, but it sometimes it changes. Sometimes you can see the facial expressions more detailed in the black and white version, so you get clearer answers if you just see black and white. And yeah, I really like that. For me it works really well. The little white book which comes with this deck is it just gives you some keywords. It's really not that extensive. I think all card meanings are written on only 4 pages or something like that, and there's really no explanation of the front and the back of the card, just an average meaning. So you have to dive in this deck to get to know it, but once you've known it, or once you've known it, then it speaks pretty quick and gives you quick answers to your questions, and I really like it. And one experience I made with this deck was also that I gave the whole package to a friend of mine, and she just flipped through the cards and began intuitively. I didn't tell her to do that. She sorted out a few pictures, and some she laid down on the table with a colorful side, and some she laid out with the black and white side, and then I started interpreting what she has chosen. So this is one thing I really like to do with the deck, just go through the artwork, through the images, and the images which are speaking to you at this moment are the message for you. If you, well, it's a different way to do a reading, and for me, in my opinion, it's a nice and cool way to get in touch with your unconscious mind, and you can speak to yourself in a different way. It's not a message from spirit or from the universe, which I think I've get if I'm shuffling the cards, but if I'm laying down the cards which speaks to me, and if I'm doing this with a black and white or with a color version, or sort out a mixture of the pictures of black and white and color, then it's very personal. It's another process than just shuffling and drawing the cards, but it's one thing which gives me answers I have for myself, and to get my thoughts in order, if that makes sense. Yeah, I think so. And I can give me the answers by myself, and this is what this deck makes it so special for me. Yeah. Okay, the next deck, which is the top one sharpshooter I have, is the Wheel of the Year Tarot. And I started my experience with the tarot cards, I don't know, more than 20 years ago. And I had one Tarot de Marseille, and I was only using the major arcana. And then I got this deck, and this was my first Rider-Waite-Smith based tarot deck, and it is a special key. This deck was a key for me to the world of tarot, and then it became a big passion in my life. Yeah. These images here are very Rider-Waite-Smith based, but sometimes in a special and own way, like the Ten of Swords, or the Princess of coins. And the meaning of the cards are in here a bit clearer, a bit more definite, like the Rider-Waite-Smith. It's a pretty nice imagery. It's like sometimes like a bit like a children's book, but the messages I get from this deck are very clear. Look at the Six of Swords. Yeah, it's you see in the background there's nothing nothing that the background is providing, so the man here is just jumping into the cold water and moving away, going a new way. And here we do have the Fool, which is pretty optimistic, but you just see, hey, you have to be careful, otherwise you would maybe go off the cliff here. And yeah, I really like it. It's a pretty nice deck, and this is my my card in the deck, the Queen of Wands. I really love her. And yeah, this deck is also not sugarcoating anything, but the imagery is really looking at the bright side. Even if you are living a nightmare, then the cards are showing you how to get out, and they are giving you clear advice when it's time to take action, which type of action you should take, or in which situation are if you just don't know what is happening right now. This deck is pretty clear, and yeah, I really like it. I really like it, especially the Nine of Cups. Just yeah, go out for a picnic, be happy, yeah, don't worry, everything is fine, and use your luck in life. Go out with friends, yeah, enjoy the day. And this is what I now have as a wish for you. Have a nice day. Thanks for watching, and let me know which decks you tend to reach if you need a quick answer for a little question you have, and yeah, which decks work for you as sharpshooters. So thanks, bye bye, and until next time.